Now, to flip a bonus bet on horse racing, what I like to do is I open up the same race on both the bookmaker as well as on Betfair. Now, since it is 5:30 in the morning, there are no Australian races happening at the moment. So I've gone over to an English race at Kempton Park and I've opened the same race on Betfair. Once having done that, you can then move on to the next step. Now, step number two is to look for a horse that is paying between 4 and 10 odds on the bookmaker. As we can see over here, we have one, two, three, 4, and 5 horses that are paying between 4 and 10 in this race. So, what I would then do is I will then go over to Betfair, and what I look for is this the red box, which is the lay box. If you guys don't know what laying means, it means that when you place a lay bet, you're saying that that horse or that team or whatever you are laying will not win. So once you have understood what the red box means, what I like to look for is where the odds in the red box are within 10% of the odds on your bookmaker. So having with that parameters, we can then go out to the next step. So while you're scouting for your odds, what I would recommend is you open up a new tab and search back and lay calculator. There's a few of them. The one that I could probably recommend in this case is using the one from Bonus Bank. And over here under calculator mode, you'll choose bonus bet SNR. SNR stands for stake not returned. As in the sports case, I explained why do we choose this. What you will then go ahead and do is pick a horse. So the one that I can see so far at the moment is typically outside my range of a normal bonus bet flip. It's horse number 5, You Make Me Happy. It's paying 18 odds on BetR and it's paying 20 odds on Betfair. So while it's not exactly within the 10%, it's just outside of it. And since it is so at 6:30 in the morning, I will go ahead with the flip. So back to our calculator, you can then choose how much you want to stake. I am only going to be flipping $50 on this. The back price, which is the book maker price, has now moved to 17. And guys, this is a crucial point because in horse racing, unlike sports, the odds move extremely quickly. So you will have to be quick when you guys are trying to flip. So over here, it's moved down to 15 now, in fact. So that just illustrates my point a lot further. And over here, it's at 20. Um, so as you can see over here, it's at 66%. So it's not the best flip. So what I would do is probably wait it out. It's now moved up to 16, which should improve it a little bit. It's at 71%. So it's not too bad. It's not in the 10% range because that is like for almost 80% flip. But at the moment, it's something that I can go ahead and do. Unfortunately, there isn't much money in Betfair being matched. As we can see, there's only $2 available. So what I will do is put $40 and I will wait to see what ends up happening. And it gets placed at 20 odds. So now that we know how much it is at that, what we will go ahead and do is go back to the calculator, keep the lay odds the exact same, which in this case is 20, and the back odds are at 15, which means I have to stake $35. So what I can then do, play around with it to the point where it shows me how much should I match. And over here, I'll put $40 on Betfair. I can place a bonus bet for 57. Now, of course, I would not be doing it for 57 because it looks a bit suspicious to the bookmaker. I'll do it for like 55. And so after that, you should be done and you should have flipped a bonus bet on the horses. One thing to watch out for, guys, is how quickly the odds move, as illustrated in the example. Typically, don't take the risk that I have taken, but sometimes if you are sure that the bookmaker will not be super quick to react to a price change, then you can typically take a bit of a risk. But the one thing that I will advise is first place the bet on Betfair. Since Betfair is an exchange, they move a lot quicker than these bookmakers do. So, for example, if over here now, as you can see, it's still at 15, but over here it moved all the way to 32 and we got it for 20. So the price movement in this case is far superior on the exchange than it is with a bookmaker. So what I will then recommend you guys to do is have a have a play around with the horses, see what works, what doesn't work, but don't take extreme amounts of risk when you are placing your bonus bets.